Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be comparing three of the most popular VPNs out there. We have ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark. Now, the general rundown between these three is that ExpressVPN is the best if you're a beginner or if you just want something simple, but at the same time will get the job done and do whatever it is that you need a VPN to do. NordVPN is going to be better if you want a lot of features and maybe you're more of an advanced user, and Surfshark is the best if you're on a budget. Now, of course, there's a lot more to it than just that. If at any point you want to find out more information for yourself, there's going to be a lot of useful links and info in the description below. So let's start with ExpressVPN. Express is personally my favorite. I just like how clean and nice it is to use. If we go into the options over here, we can see what's really going on. So in the general tab, you have your network lock and split tunneling. Network lock is a kill switch, basically disconnects the internet if your VPN ever stops working. So it makes sure you're always connected to the internet together with the VPN. And split tunneling allows you to choose exactly which apps are going through the VPN, so you don't need everything you're doing connected to the VPN. Now, both of these features are pretty standard and you're going to find them in all three of these VPNs. They might have a little bit of a different name. In ExpressVPN calls it network lock and the other two call it kill switch. NordVPN and ExpressVPN call it split tunneling and Surfshark calls it bypasser. The real differences here are going to be in how these features function. So when it comes to the kill switch, NordVPN is going to be a bit different than Express and Surfshark. And that's because NordVPN has what's called an app kill switch. So like I said, a kill switch will disconnect your internet connection if the VPN stops working, and normally it'll disconnect your entire internet connection. So let's say you're torrenting and you want to make sure that the VPN is always active together with your torrent client. It's a good idea to have the kill switch enabled so that no personal information is leaked out over the torrent network, but you don't necessarily want the kill switch to affect your entire internet connection. You just want it to disconnect the torrent client, and with NordVPN's app kill switch, you can do that. On the other hand, with Express and Surfshark, it's going to affect everything. When it comes to split tunneling, here Surfshark is a bit better than the other two because Surfshark's bypasser is fully compatible with Mac or iOS, and ExpressVPN and NordVPN just don't have split tunneling on those platforms. Now, another feature that's pretty standard across all three of these is going to be the advanced protection. So that's a tracker blocker, malicious site, ad, and adult site blocker. You can find some version of this on all three. So for Surfshark, it's going to be called Clean Web, and with NordVPN, it's going to be called Threat Protection Pro. Now, if you really want this within your VPN, then either NordVPN or Surfshark are going to be better picks because in ExpressVPN, it's pretty bare bones. ExpressVPN is the most focused on just the VPN. So for example, when we get to the protocols, which is how the VPN connects up to the internet, that's where ExpressVPN is going to be better than the other two. You're going to get more protocol options than both Surfshark and NordVPN. You have lightweight UDP and TCP, which is ExpressVPN's own protocol and probably the fastest. You can also boost it with lightweight turbo. You have OpenVPN, UDP, and TCP, and you also have WireGuard. So you have a lot of different options here. With Surfshark and with NordVPN, you're pretty much just going to either get WireGuard or OpenVPN. Another area where ExpressVPN is better than the other two is when it comes to their privacy and security, their audits. So all three of these VPNs do independent security audits. They bring in big auditing firms to test out their systems and report on it and tell users that nobody is really going to be able to get access to your personal information, not your internet service provider, no government, even the VPNs themselves doesn't know what you're doing online. They also report on other things like how secure the VPN is and how well they're managing their systems and that they're not vulnerable to data leaks. And when it comes to those reports and those audits, ExpressVPN has by far done more than Surfshark and NordVPN combined. So when it comes to just ease of use and security, ExpressVPN takes the top spot for me. So considering how minimalistic ExpressVPN is and at the same time how secure it is, if you're somebody who's just starting out and you want something that's simple, that works well, but at the same time is secure, ExpressVPN would definitely be my recommendation. Now, if you are looking for a lot more features and maybe you're more advanced, then NordVPN is the way to go. With Nord, you get specialty servers for things like file sharing and connecting to the Onion network. You have a ton of different settings and ways that you can customize your VPN. You can use custom DNS, you can make yourself invisible on LAN connections, and you can enable post-quantum encryption. So there's a lot going on here. You also have all those add-ons like Threat Protection Pro, and some of the things here that it allows you to do are pretty wild, like email protection. So this will scan links within your emails and tell you if it might be a scam. You also have MeshNet, which allows you to securely link up different devices for file transfers or for better remote desktop connections. And there's also Dark Web Monitor to keep track and see if any of your information has leaked out over the internet. On top of that, you're still getting a very powerful VPN with 126 countries to connect to, and with their NordLynx protocol, which is built on WireGuard, you're going to get some really fast speeds. Now, lastly, Surfshark. This one right here is going to be the best if you're on a budget, so it's the cheapest of the three, but it does come with some nice features that you won't find in the other ones, even at that lower price. For example, with Surfshark, I already mentioned how their bypasser, their split tunneling feature, is going to be the only one here that you can use on Mac or iOS. And another thing that they have going for them is that it's the only one of these three you can put on an unlimited amount of devices with just one account. So with NordVPN, you're limited to 10. With Express, you're also limited to between 10 and 14, depending on which plan you go with. But with Surfshark, it's literally unlimited. Now, I wouldn't say that their VPN is as strong as NordVPN's or ExpressVPN's. You're definitely not going to get all the features that NordVPN offers. You're just going to get a few different specialty servers like static IP, so you get the same IP address every time, and multi-hop to connect you up to 2 different locations before you get to the internet. But when it comes to their add-ons, it's not bad. They have an antivirus for scanning your system. They also have an add-on to see if any of your personal information leaked out over the internet. So it's actually pretty similar to NordVPN, and even though you are spending less money, you may not feel it that much because they've done such a good job putting this VPN together. I would definitely recommend getting NordVPN if you can afford it, because the overall experience and the connections, the speed, all of that is going to be better. But if you can't, Surfshark is going to be the next best option. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you want to try out any of these, there's going to be a discount link in the description that will save you some money and get you the best possible price. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'm always looking to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.